Hello, my name is AC, and I would like to celebrate since it's 4th of July of 2020. Now today I've cleared out a fairly large space, but don't worry about what's happening on the top. That's for another thing. But today we're going to be focusing on what's on the ground. Is that right, Mr. Bunny? He knows it. Now today I want to do a little bit of a scene here. Since it is celebrating the 4th of July, we're going to do something. Also, this is an honor to Bob Ross's 25 years ago was his death in 1995. So we are going to have a little bit of a celebration of 25 years. So I would like to do something. Well, what he does love is trees. So we're going to put a little bit of a trees, but we're going to make some natural trees, saplings. So I'm going to get a bit of tall grass. Now I'll get a bit of, maybe a bit of tall grass. Maybe even a bit of, no, we'll use double tall grass instead. And we'll use some bone meal. Alright. Now in this space I want to create a bit of, since it is the 4th of July and since it is summer, the grass is a little bit of a yellowish. And since every 4th of July, since there is a bunch of stuff, May 17th of 1994 was celebrating the 25 years of the Joy of Paintings ending on May 17th. Although this may be May 17th of 2019, could have been the 10-year anniversary for Minecraft, but you can never forget the 25-year anniversary of the Joy of Paintings ending. So we're going to build a little bit of a memorial for Bob Ross. Now I'll let this little rascal fly by, or we can just surround it with that. Now since this is 25 years later of the Joy Paintings ending, we're going to do a memorial of him. As you can see, here's my skin. Now we are going to make a unique shape, which is this very tiny part. Now since it is very hot, we need this thing as a shade. So we're going to need a double tall grass, and we're going to need to do a bit of a sapling, and I guess this won't work. So let's try the tall grass instead. Since this has to work like many tries. Now we have to, this is not what I wanted, but that's alright. We don't have to harm a tree. Trees are absolutely fantastic. Like what Bob said, every tree deserves a friend, so we're gonna plant another tree. And now we are going to expand the land a bit, and we're going to put, let's say a taller tree. Let's say we'll put double tall grass of it, but sadly, unfortunately, and looks like it does work. Now, right, so I have the loaded chunks, so we can have shadows underneath. Now what I want to do is expand this maybe a little bit out. So you can use whatever things you like, but since it is in the 4th of July, we are going to put a little bit of more land, because we need in order for this memorial of 25 years ago, July 4th, 1995, Bob Ross, the happy little tree, had unfortunately passed away. And we're going to bring an honor to his death. And we are going to do the things that he loved, he painted in his paintings. So now I have a bit of a odd shape. So right now, I would think that Bob would want a cabin here. Like if he wanted to live here, let's say he had a horse, and he ended up making a cabin, a place for the horse to rest. Let's put it right next to the tree, because this building needs to talk to a person. And whoops. Alright, so we're gonna place some double fence gates. No, not double fence gates, what am I thinking? This is only for decoration, actually. So, we would put a bit of, I mean, you have to put decoration in sometime in your build. But we are going to, I keep saying we are going to be honest. Actually, scrap that idea. Let's scrap that idea. Now look at those rabbits admiring the tree. Looks like they understand the weather. Now we're going to cover this. Alright, see in my hotbar there is oak planks, spruce fence gate, acacia wood stairs, and a horse. Alright, so I'm going to copy this on the other side. We're going to make this 4 blocks tall. That's we have to make room for the cowboy. We don't have a cowboy. Maybe you get to tame this horse. Now we're getting a little bit too high of the tree, but that's alright. He's probably trying to have shade for the building. So we're going to make this 4 blocks tall. And then let's put spruce fence gates, not like that. Let's put it like that. There we go. Now let's say there are 2 horses between. Let's say they have a little window so they can chat with. I know people can be weird sometimes, but they don't have. But sometimes, like, you can put like some weird stuff. I'm not judging you, but everyone has their thing. Alright. Now this is only going to be a simple cabin. We're not going to make anything too complicated. But, however, whoops, I'm very sorry, tree. I'm sure he wouldn't mind to give up a leaf. But sadly, maybe that leaf will multiply. Okay, so now we're going to put a cross here. And it's actually getting kind of hot in this room right now. Actually. So we're going to put a stair on top of this acacia wood. Alright, so we're going to surround this in. And now we have a sort of warm, sort of like crimson. But we don't have crimson. Well, if you do have it in Java, sadly we don't have in PlayStation 3. Now I'm going to get some acacia planks and some acacia slabs. Now maybe you have a different hotbar and I forgot to get it. So yeah, we must get rid of the double tall grass since we don't really need it. Now I'm going to go over by 2 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. Actually by 3. Now let's do 3 acacia slabs, and we have to unfortunately chop down the branch. Maybe that branch had a little bit of a hard life. I mean, you can maybe have things that have a hard life or a very happy life. Now, there we go. And sometimes trees, you have to have a little bit of a sadness. But if you have a lot of sadness, I feel very sorry for you. And if there's someone out there who lives in amusement, I would like to apologize for that. Now then, we are going to, as you can see that these little rascals are looking down at me. They are very interested in the things that I like to build. Now, oops. We're going to bring this over by several blocks. Now, a person in one of my comments have made a little bit of an issue about what he has built in his world. He said that his world sometimes lags. Like if there's a lot of stuff, there has been a bunch of stuff that has been lagging his world. And I would like to give you some advice on how to stop that lag. Now, in order to stop the lag, you might have to get rid of some stuff. Like if you don't like some stuff, you might have to get rid of it. So yeah, say that as a suggestion. So I'm going to put a little bit of maybe a warm feel. Like I'm going to put acacia slabs downwards. Yeah, something like that. So we can have a little bit of a group chat. Now, my hand is getting kind of warm because the device I'm having is kind of getting hot. So I'm going to put it like maybe somewhere where this little rascal has to eat some food. So maybe like he'll put the food inside the area so he can munch it up. Now we're going to put some horses here. And unfortunately we can't, but pretend that there's some horses there. Now we have a very beautiful landscape. Now what I would like to do is decorate the place with some bushes and grass to it. As you can see that these little rabbits are enjoying this build. So yeah. Well, this kind of looks a little bit of a deserted feel to the building, but that's alright. Now there was a little accident here. I was clearing out some land and I got some TNT and we made a little bit of a hole here. Now to this, since it's 4th of July, we're not going to do anything violent. We're just going to pretend that this is fireworks, like TNT fireworks. So we're going to put a little bit of TNT. So we're going to surround this by TNT, although this may be a little bit of a violent thing. So just pretend that, let's say there was a little bit of a clearing out the land, but don't clear out every single land. Trees sometimes want to be free, even trees. Now just pretend that these are fireworks, since fireworks cannot be placed on the ground. Well, for mods you can, but just pretend that's fireworks, not an explosive thing that'll destroy a bunch of things. Now then, I would like to decorate a little bit of a little darkness into the thing. We're going to put dark oak planks to decorate this. Maybe this cabin is very old, and maybe this cowboy is a little bit of is not that very good at maintenance. So let's put a little bit of a dark oak for the soaked for rain. I don't really know that much about cowboys, to be honest, but I would say 1982, I would say, for some reason, I would say that would be the perfect year for a cowboy. Like July 4th, 1982. Now we have a little bit of a deserted rest place for a little bit of horses. So now that that's done, I am going to maybe put a little bit of a shack here. Maybe we're going to put some spruce wood stairs onto it. And maybe if it's asymmetrical, maybe we'll put spruce wood slabs. I'll get a little bit of practicing to do. I don't really know that much about a little bit of a shed, so I'm gonna do my best. So I'll start with 2 planks, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Maybe there'll be one of the cowboys' tools, like to fix up the yard. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. We'll make it like 6. 6 is good. Actually, no. Let's do 5. Now this sneaky little devil wants to see what I'm doing. Now I would suggest that it's really hot in here, and maybe you want to go inside, rest a bit, and maybe we would want to have a little bit of cooling down. So maybe we'll enjoy the wind. But if he had the electricity, he can get an air conditioner called an AC for short, and which is the title of my username that you're watching of this video now. So yeah, pretty funny username. Actually, I would like to shrink this in by making it symmetrical. Now, you have to have a little bit of something that you want the complete opposite. Now, my hand is getting pretty hot from this. So, yeah, it's really warm. By the time, it's night, when I first recorded this, it's 95%. I just got this out, out of the cartridge, out of the charger, like a few minutes ago. Now, alright. Here is the place, let's say, for maintenance. Now I'm going to put a little bit of spruce wood stairs and put it in the front of it, like an overhang. I'm not that best at overhangs, but I'll try my best. Now you can love it or hate it, but this is only my opinion of how to do some stuff. So we're going to place some oak wood planks, spruce wood stairs, and now maybe even do on the other side. Now it's getting really warm in here actually, but I would interrupt the sound for the video that I'm filming. It's actually about 80 degrees in this room, so yeah. Yeah, maybe this is symmetrical, and we'll place some slabs around and have an overhang going on. Now maybe we will do a little bit of some surrounding it and filling it. Maybe I'll do the overhang. I mean, sometimes people have to do some things that people already know already. Now I'm going to surround this with an overhang. Now in this world that I'm playing in with, you might notice a little bit of some weird stuff here, but sometimes everyone has to be weird. I mean, not everyone is weird, but that's your choice. If you love to be weird, I respect that. But if you hate to be weird, I also respect that. Now we're going to get rid of this block since we don't need it anymore. And we're going to fill this in with spruce stairs. Now we're going to underhang it, something like that. Then we're going to do the exact same on the other side. So, but for now we're going to fill this thing in, this very distinct hole in the wall, because this cowboy is a very clumsy person, let's say. Now unfortunately, it was getting a little bit too hot, so I had to turn on the air conditioner. Now hopefully this won't interrupt you, but maybe I'll talk a little bit louder. I mean, sometimes you have to raise your voice, but you don't have to raise your voice all the time. If you raise your voice at other people, I would suggest for you to maybe calm yourself down, maybe take a little break of just, do something very wholesome in order for you to calm down. Now, if you shout at any of your family members, I would suggest for you to apologize to that person. But however, if they have a little bit of if they had a meltdown and let's say they started acting very, I don't know the words for this, I'm just gonna say they lost their temper, I would say that don't punish them. I would say for them to try better next time. Okay. Maybe we're going to put a branch here. Not a branch, maybe a little bit of a seat here. Yeah, there we go. Now maybe, like, the person didn't really have the rights didn't really have the money, I would say, to get electricity, so I would say he would put some candles around. Now, let's say he would have a candle here. Sorry if I'm raising my voice, I have to talk over the air conditioner. So yeah, maybe like the cowboy is lying down there and maybe has to rest his head for a bit. And for now, I would like to wish you a happy 4th of July. God bless, and we'll see you soon.